Hey friend, yes Kanchamari. Welcome back to Momoyo na Mamoyo, where we talk real life, real emotions, and real growth. Last episode we talked about seeing clearly, specifically in relationships. Not ignoring red flags, not decorating them, not pretending everything is okay, but seeing clearly. Today, we speak of acting on what we see. In other words, not forcing things. Because sometimes the problem is not that we don't see, it's that we see clearly and still stay. Let's dig in, shall we? You've probably been in a situation where you know this job is draining you. You wake up already frustrated, already thinking, that boss, those people. You know that relationship you're in is toxic, it's unhealthy. But there you are, psyching yourself up each time, telling yourself, she'll get better, he'll be better if I do this. You know your friendship feels one-sided. You're putting in all the work, for crying out loud. You're the one starting conversations. You're the one reaching out. You're the one jumping rivers and oceans. And when you ask for just a hop over the puddle, you're given 2,000 excuses. Instead of leaving these situations, what do? We are trying harder, we are adjusting more, we are over-giving, we are over-explaining, we overstay. Why? Because leaving feels harder than forcing it. Real talk, forcing things is like trying to charge your phone with a broken charger. You keep adjusting the angle, holding it in a certain way, sitting next to it like a security guard. Chichi. I think Tese, we've been in that situation. Bata needs a tutambo. Is at an angle, like the phone is almost put upside down so that it charges. Meanwhile, it's still not charging properly. And that's what we do in this life. We are trying to adjust to situations that are simply not working. But what does this do to our mental health? This is where it gets serious. When you constantly stay in spaces that don't serve you, your mental health starts to suffer. You may notice constant anxiety, like you're always on the edge. You're overthinking everything, you're emotionally exhausted, you've got low self-esteem, you're in this feel not good enough vibe, And the dangerous part, you start blaming yourself for environments that are simply not right for you. This rewires you long term though. If you stay too long in the wrong spaces, it doesn't affect you now only. It actually changes how you show up in the future. In future relationships, you start accepting less than you deserve, you normalize inconsistency, you make excuses for your partner, you overwork to be loved, you, what else? Like you do too much, You fear speaking up because if I tell him this, he might leave me. Or if I tell her that, she might go for another guy. This is just how relationships are, and that's how you'll be thinking. But it's not. Relationships are not like that. It's what you got used to. In job opportunities and, in the work environment, you tolerate poor treatment. You get overworked and underpaid. You struggle to set boundaries. You feel guilty for resting. You overperform just to feel secure. And you become the, in quotes, strong one. Furniture bas. But you're tired. Inside you're dying. You're just waking up and going to that place of work and thinking, at least I'm getting paid. No. Here's a biblical reminder. In Proverbs, we are told, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. That means your environment matters. What you tolerate, what you accept, what you normalize, it all shapes your heart and eventually your life. In Corinthians, 1 Corinthians specifically, there's a verse that says, do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. I'll give you an analogy of a rotten tomato. Place it in a basket with fresh tomatoes are the really good, juicy looking tomatoes. Give it a couple of hours, maybe a day, and watch how the surrounding tomatoes quickly adjust and start rotting themselves. The wrong environment will slowly wear you down. How does overextending open doors to abuse? Let's be honest here. When you constantly say yes when you mean no, when you ignore disrespect, when you keep giving chances without setting boundaries, you're unintentionally teaching people this is okay. And over time, people may take advantage of your kindness, ignore your needs, push your limits further, and know that even if they go, they'll come back and find you still there for them. But because you never showed them where the line is, they continue treating you that way. And it's not necessarily because they're bad people. It's because you have not set boundaries yourself. Let's learn to stop forcing it. Growth looks like this. We stop chasing comfort in the wrong places. We start choosing peace over pressure. And we accept that not everything is meant to last, not every space is meant for us, and not every connection deserves our energy. But what can we start doing now to stop forcing things? 1, be honest with yourself. If it's draining, it's a no. 2, check how you feel, not just how it looks. In this generation, in this era, we have this thing of career goals, relationship goals, what goals. Guys, this is making people focus on how something looks more than how it actually feels. Do you know, a lot of us are more worried about what people will say if we step out of situations, even if those situations are draining us. And it's sad. Something can look good and still feel wrong. 3, practice small boundaries. Start saying, I'm not available. And say no. It's okay to say no. Stop over-explaining yourself. Not everyone needs a full story. And when I say that, I mean even when you say no, no is a full sentence. Yakatokwana yakadaro. There's no need to explain why you are saying no. No means no. 5, choose spaces that feel like peace, not pressure. And is that why we're in this era of microwave society living? Let me break it down. We want things faster. Like, we must get it now. It must be done now. I must get wealthy now. I must be successful now. I get it. We need to, take the world by its balls and just, make it. But when you give yourself pressure to be something, to do something, to be at a certain level, sometimes you miss out on the lesson, the growth, the shaping of your character, the molding of, your life in the way that you are created to be, or to become. So I'm just going to repeat these steps again. We said we need to, 1, to be honest with ourselves. 2, to check how we feel, not just how it looks. 3, to practice small boundaries. And 4, to stop over-explaining ourselves. 5, to choose spaces that feel like peace and not pressure. Let's reflect. You're not meant to struggle just to belong. You're not meant to shrink just to be accepted. You're not meant to dull your shine because someone's eyes are hurting. You're not meant to exhaust yourself just to keep something going. If it constantly feels like a fight, if it constantly drains you, if you have to keep forcing it, maybe it's not meant for you anymore. And it's okay. Enzo Aishel, one of our Zim artists, says, Uri kuchireko tika na sina sugar. And that's just basically it. You are forcing things. If it's not working, it's not working. Accept and move on. This has been Momoyo na Mamoyo. If this episode hit home, kana tatsika mgadin mako, and you feel like, I know someone who needs permission to stop forcing things. And yes, there are people who actually need permission. They could easily stop forcing things, but it's like they need someone to give them permission to do so. So if you know that person, tag them, share it with them, and remember, choosing yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. Until next time, protect your peace, respect your limits, and stop forcing what no longer fits. Love you. Bye.